In these shots, scrap metal is being loaded into the smelting furnace. The problem is that the material is damp, which causes a reaction similar to splashing water into hot oil. This dump truck hit a high voltage wire with its bed. Incredibly, here's what happened next. The electricity heated the air in the tires, causing the wheel to be launched off. If you think this rocket has a strange trajectory, you're absolutely right. It won't make it to orbit like this. An error during assembly caused the device to receive incorrect positional data, which led to the accident.
Pues nada, es un atardecer muy bonito con los aviones y tal, coches aparcados, una jardinera y de repente ¡pagada! Hostia.
Is this considered an aviation disaster or a road traffic accident?
Mira, mira. Buah, el morro y todo, mira, todo metido para adentro.
Backing up in a huge machine just a couple of centimeters away from a pit? He's put himself in a tight spot. This crane was attempting to lift a load weighing 5,500 tons out of the water, but it turned out to be a fatal task. The hook holding the load broke, causing catastrophic damage. A sudden change in tension caused the crane to fall back. It's unlikely they can get it back into working condition now. Qualities for a truck driver is a good memory. In this video, the driver seems to have completely forgotten he was carrying cars and drove right under a bridge at full speed.
Oh my God. Holy.
The car owner is probably not going to be happy about his new sunroof.
Car carrier. And oh my God. I've got that on camera.
Whoever thought towing a helicopter like that was a good idea probably isn't coming back to work after today. A train station is definitely the worst place to leave your car. The owner will soon find that out. The driver was incredibly lucky that the bulldozer sank at just the right angle. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have been able to open the door and get out.
Tim evakuasi. Semua kru sudah selamat.
On a large ship, even lowering the anchor is a serious task. But when equipment malfunctions, it can lead to disaster. The mechanism failed, and the chain began unwinding so quickly it sparked, causing a fire. The crew took the order to drop the anchor a bit too literally. In New Zealand, a wind turbine went out of control and began spinning at an incredible speed. The malfunction eventually caused a fire, which led to the sustainable energy source emitting pollutants into the atmosphere, and eventually, it collapsed onto the ground. Sometimes during rolling, the workpiece can veer off course and get stuck on something. When that happens, it starts to twist into loops. These mistakes may look beautiful, but they are really dangerous. When all this cools down, it might look like a piece of modern art. The plan seemed flawless, but there was something they didn't account for.
Hasta ahí llegó.
Effective cargo handling hinges on a clear understanding of your equipment's limits.
Se fue al suelo.
This crane was supposed to take down an advertising billboard, but it turned out to be tougher than expected, and the machine couldn't handle it.
Ahí se acaba de tirar el man de la grúa, asustado, se tiró antes de que se terminara para el otro lado. Corredor Sur.
After watching that video, it's hard to trust guardrails anymore. You can clearly see the mistake in securing the load. One of the straps is under much more strain than the other, almost as if it's carrying more than half the crane's weight. This imbalance led to the costly failure. This video is from South Korea. A cargo ship with a drunk captain was headed straight for a highway bridge. The Coast Guard tried to warn the crew about the impending collision, but the captain had poor English skills. The crash was unavoidable, but fortunately, no one was injured. You're about to see the consequences of workers being careless with the equipment. Sometimes the operation of a rolling mill can turn into a full-blown light show. But the workers are probably not thrilled about it.
Right there. No, no, no. Hey. Yo. Hey, stop, stop. Yo.
This video is a practical guide on how not to unload a train.
¿Para cuándo va a llegar?
The truck was transporting a section of a wind turbine for assembly, but that turn proved to be a real challenge. Looks like it'll be some time before the wind turbine earns back its cost. Before driving onto a bridge, you should always check its weight limit. If not, you might end up showing off your swimming skills. At nearly 230 meters in length, this enormous ship had a steering failure that made it impossible to maneuver through the narrow river. This led to a collision with a bridge piling, causing a substantial crack. The damage rendered the ship immobile, but since the crack was just on the surface, there was no immediate danger of flooding. Sometimes a failure can be just as spectacular as a success.
Holy crap.
This rocket, as you might have guessed, is not destined to reach space.
Oh my God! No! Up there. No!
Reporterka pytała wczoraj w południe w Ministerstwie Środowiska wprost, czy będzie zmiana. Usłyszała nie, a wieczorem niespodzianka. Chciał kolejnej zmiany przepisów, bo w obecnym prawie widzi logiki. Chciał jednak poczekali, zobaczmy jak ustawa funkcjonuje, ona dopiero weszła w życie. Tymczasem teraz
The train was unloaded at a record time, but there's a catch. Things might have gone as planned, but it looks like there wasn't really a plan in the first place. I'm afraid this might be its last landing. Room for another phobia? Here's why you might want to keep your distance from trucks. One of the trailer's tires exploded right on the highway. Luckily, the driver managed to keep control and pull the massive vehicle over to the side. Even if the cables look reliable, that doesn't guarantee safety. This thing weighs 200 tons, so carrying it safely from one place to another requires more than just a good eye. This video is from China. The crane's boom broke while it was installing a wind turbine. Good thing the crane didn't pull the entire ship down with it. Sometimes a rocket launch doesn't go as planned. But that's not exactly the case here. It turns out they didn't plan to launch the system at all. The team only intended to conduct ground tests. However, it detached from the test platform and shot up into the air from the launch pad. The rocket crashed in hilly terrain, about 1.5 kilometers away from the testing center. You can only imagine the shock the launch center staff felt when the rocket decided it was time to venture into space.